The Rock's tattoo journey from Bull to Brahma. Welcome back to Inkstar. If you grew up in the late 90s and early 2000s like we did, chances are you were one of the millions of The Rock's fans screaming at your TV every Monday night during WWE Raw. And let's be honest, while Rocky Maivia had the technical skills, it wasn't until Dwayne Johnson transformed into the People's Champion that he truly caught our attention. But there was one thing that always made The Rock stand out from Stone Cold, The Undertaker, and every other superstar in that squared circle: that iconic Brahma Bull tattoo on his right arm. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating tattoo journey of Dwayne The Rock Johnson, from his original bull to his massive Polynesian tribal piece. And we'll wrap up by exploring how Hollywood's makeup wizards are making his ink disappear for his upcoming role in The Smashing Machine. Johnson's smaller tattoo is the Brahma Bull. In addition to representing an old nickname of his, the tattoo also symbolizes Taurus, the bull, which is Johnson's Western zodiac sign. The Rock's original tattoo was a Brahma bull on his right upper arm. He got it in the late 1990s when he was a wrestler and wasn't doing movies yet. But here's where it gets interesting. When he decided to update his old bull, he went with, yep, you guessed it, another bull. But this wasn't just any bull, it was the spiritual bull skull, meticulously crafted in black and gray detail by the renowned tattoo artist Nico Hurtado. The bull represented The Rock's persona perfectly: powerful, unstoppable, and charging ahead no matter what stood in his way. It became as synonymous with The Rock as his eyebrow raise and, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? The Brahma Bull wasn't just body art, it was branding before social media made personal branding a thing. Every time The Rock hit the people's elbow, that bull was right there, cementing itself into wrestling history. Fast forward to 2003, and The Rock was ready for a major change. By this point, he'd already started his transition from wrestling to Hollywood with The Scorpion King, and he wanted his body art to reflect his deeper heritage and personal journey. Dwayne Johnson had it done back in 2003 by Bueno Irondi, a famed Tahitian artist, while on a trip that The Rock took to get his rich family history etched on his body in the Samoan tradition. Now, this wasn't just a cover-up job. This was a complete transformation. The Rock's tribal-inspired tattoo that spans the width of his left shoulder to his forearm and chest, and is made up of several different elements that pay homage to his Samoan roots and overcoming struggle. Let's break down what this masterpiece actually means. The sun. The sun on his neck represents learning to appreciate his own journey and struggles in life. It's about embracing both the good times and the challenges. The eyes. The painstakingly drawn eye on his left chest represents protection and vigilance, watching over his family and himself as he navigated his career transition. The ocean waves and tribal patterns. These connect him to his Samoan heritage and the Pacific Islander tradition of storytelling through body art. But here's the kicker, and I love this detail. The Rock didn't just abandon his Brahma Bull, he had it completely redesigned and incorporated into the new tribal piece on his right arm. What makes The Rock's tattoos so compelling isn't just their size or artistry, it's the intentionality behind every line. His tribal tattoos cover his left shoulder, forearms, and chest. The design is essentially a tribute to his Samoan pedigree. This tattoo tells the story of a third-generation wrestler, honoring his family legacy while carving out his own path. The Rock has often spoken about how important his Samoan heritage is to his identity, and this tattoo is literally that story written on his skin. The placement is significant too, spanning from his heart across his arm, representing how his family and heritage guide his actions and strength. It's not just decoration. It's a daily reminder of where he comes from and what he stands for. Now, let's talk about something that's been blowing minds lately: How do you make one of the most recognizable tattoos in Hollywood completely disappear? Enter The Smashing Machine, where The Rock plays MMA legend Mark Kerr, and spoiler alert, Mark Kerr didn't have a massive Polynesian tribal tattoo. Johnson covered up his signature tattoos, added a wig, and appeared to put on some heavy face makeup to look the part. But the transformation was so complete that people couldn't spot the 6'4" wrestler, with extras on set asking, "When's The Rock going to get here?" Because they didn't recognize him. So, how exactly do Hollywood makeup artists pull off this magic trick? Let's break down the process. Step 1: color correction and base coverage. Professional makeup artists use specialized tattoo cover up makeups that won't rub off, often starting with orange or pink color correctors to neutralize the darker ink tones. Step 2: airbrush application. There are body-safe inks that are applied with airbrushes. Think of it like digital editing, but for skin. Artists build up multiple thin layers rather than trying to cover everything at once. Step 3: prosthetic integration for major transformations. Like The Rock's, facial prosthetics are used alongside tattoo coverage, creating an entirely new person. Step 4: setting and sealing. The final step involves setting sprays and powders that lock everything in place for 12 to 16-hour shoot days. This isn't unique to The Rock, by the way. Angelina Jolie has so many tattoos that it's nearly impossible to film her without them showing up in period pieces, requiring similar concealment work. What makes The Rock's transformation so impressive is the scale of the challenge. We're not talking about covering a small wrist tattoo. We're talking about concealing artwork that covers nearly half his upper body every single day of filming. Johnson reflected on the intense makeup process, explaining that losing the distinctive tattoos and bald head gave him the freedom to be somebody other than himself. The makeup team likely used a combination of techniques: high coverage foundations like Dermablend or Kat Von D's Lock-It foundation, professional grade color correctors, and possibly even custom made prosthetic pieces to create completely smooth skin where the tattoos normally are. And here's a fun fact that'll make you appreciate makeup artists even more. This process probably takes 3 to 4 hours every morning before The Rock can even step in front of the camera. That's dedication to the craft. From wrestler to movie star. From a simple Brahma Bull that defined a wrestling persona to a complex tribal masterpiece that honors family heritage, The Rock's tattoo journey mirrors his own evolution as a performer and person. And now, watching him literally make those tattoos disappear for this smashing machine shows just how committed he is to his craft, even if it means temporarily erasing some of the most iconic body art in entertainment. In many ways, The Rock represents what's possible when you honor your roots while fearlessly chasing your dreams. Whether he's covered in ink or completely clean-skinned, one thing remains constant: Dwayne Johnson's ability to completely transform himself for every role, every character, and every challenge that comes his way. What do you think about The Rock's tattoo transformation over the years? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Inkstar for more deep dives into the stories behind the ink.